And I'm going to save this batch file as crude isolate batch. So that's my batch file all set up. I'm just going to check and make sure that I put them in the order I said I did. So vanillin should be in 2, cinnamic acid in 3, tryptamine in 4, the mixture in 1. That all looks good. And when you look at the GC, you'll see that once it starts to run, it's actually going to change the column flow rate to 1.44 milliliters per minute and the split ratio to 40, right? What that means is only 1/40th of that 0.5 microliter is actually going onto the column, and the rest is coming out a valve in the front. So it's a really small sample for these narrow 0.25 millimeter diameter. So I'm just going to go to the batch file and hit the start button, and it will adjust the parameters and tell the auto sampler where it can find my various samples. And then we'll watch the automatic injector do its thing. And then we can go away and run some thin layer chromatography while we're waiting for this thing to collect and get a new mass of the beaker so we can get an accurate % recovery of the tryptamine. So once it's done setting the parameters, it's going to go and grab that first sample. Adjust my camera again and put it in the sample rack. And then the syringe here is going to go and wash the syringe with methanol. And it's taking 8 microliters. And then it's going to wash it with dichloromethane. And I don't know if you can see the syringe moving in there. And then it's going to wash it with acetonitrile to make sure the syringe is nice and clean. And it's going to go and rinse twice with my sample. 8 microliters each time. And now it's going to pump twice, just by filling the syringe and then quickly ejecting it. That's getting rid of any air bubbles and making sure the only thing in there is sample. Now it's sucked up the 0.5 microliter, and now it's going to move this rack out of the way and inject it through the septum, and now the sample is on column. And you'll notice that it started, right? And our retention time is 0.162 minutes out of 6, right? So the run has begun. And now it's going to wash 3 times with the solvents again, methanol, now dichloromethane. And then finally it's going to take that vial and put it back into the slot that it came from. So it will run this sample, and then it will go ahead and run the other 3. And you'll see it says run here. We're just about 3/4 of a minute into a 6-minute run. So I'm going to turn the camera off and we'll start a new recording for some thin layer chromatography.